Welcome to Classic Game Room for a really exciting review today. This is Super Laydock for the MSX computer. When this game was new, it sold for 6,800 yen. Pretty sure it doesn't sell for that today. Little behind the scenes madness here today. Keeping the room for another year. And putting my sound panels up there with the Rambo 3 laser disc and unbox that. And over here, next to the awesome Burger Time Kleenex box, I'm going to put a picture that someone just sent me. Go grab it. It took me a little while to get to this, but this wonderful picture, which was taken near Truxton, New York, was sent to the show from Ben, by Ben, in Ithaca, New York. So I'll put that over here near the Star Trek 6 script, which was sent by Tim. There's the pins, which I need to actually put somewhere else for the map. And Ben also sent another Kleenex box for those days when I have a runny nose. Let me show it to you. That looks nice. Space Farm. Here, Ben also sent a Super Mario Brothers Kleenex box. So this one is for wiping away tears. That one's for blowing my nose. Ben said it's taken near Cortland, New York, which is 12 miles away from Truxton. There's my Patreon plaque, and I'm setting up some lighting over in the other room. Here's the best of Classic Game Room and my work table. Working on a couple reviews here. This is on sale on eBay right now, and I'm shooting a new intro using the original Banished from Earth audio with some of the products like that and the beer stein and the mug. And I just listed these guys on eBay for the first time in a long time as well for the next couple days, couple weeks, if you want to get the original Classic Game Room film, which actually is included in the laser set. But if you don't want to buy the whole laser set, this is the individual Rise and Fall of the Internet's Greatest Video Game Review Show. And I've had a lot of people ask about these. I still have several cases of Undertow DVDs and these DVDs left. So those are on eBay right now. Wrapping up reviews of Super Laydock, Pat Contry's book. Both getting really good reviews. And actually may shoot some footage here of me shooting footage of a couple inserts for the Super Laydock review and G. Darius. Here's the new camera setup. I'm still putting the shelves together, but if you've been watching the show for a little bit, you may have seen this camera angle, which is looking nice. So for the new reviews, everything is getting some bigger budget filming, and I've still got to round out the shelves and whatnot. And also, this back wall here is going to have nothing but ladies of Star Trek on it. Maybe a couple Star Wars ladies, but here we have Lando enjoying the good life as Han Solo watches, unable to do anything. My friends Michael and Tim hooked the show up with pretty much every girl in Star Wars, or Star Trek, sorry. Every girl in Star Trek. And they'll be going up here on the wall next to Counselor Troy. And then Marcus, of course, sent Deanna Troy and Flame Trooper, which show up in almost all of the new videos now, next to one of my favorites, Space Quest 3. And I've got a bunch of Star Trek figure reviews. Look at that look on her face. What is she up to? Anyway, a bunch of Star Trek figure reviews coming soon. And also a review of this game. So in between editing, what I'm going to do is shoot a couple intros here for the CGR Supreme collection, and then use the same camera setup to actually shoot the intro for G. Darius. And I think I might lock the camera down and show you that in progress here. And also the new intro, the new Banished from Earth intro, which is going to have a pseudo dolly shot of this, which is basically just one giant collection of awesome. And then if you keep panning this way, you end up at the shelf of Lando. And I have a cable here, which I'm going to put into my random bin of cables and light phasers and controllers. So here's my PlayStation 4 Professional. MSX computer. I'll be shooting this with the big camera for the Super Laydock review. Derek from Louisiana just sent me this. I was listening to it earlier, Derek. I mean, I love the music from the new movie, actually. It's really good. And I don't have the lighting set up for it yet. And in fact, I didn't bring my record brush today either, but there is actually a spinning Millennium Falcon hovering over the album, which the phone is not capturing very well, but I'll see if I can't get that better later. I'm still working on my schedule for the year, but I'm contemplating ending 2016 with the review of Omega Race. For some reason, it just seems fitting. So I rebuilt my editing suite here and went with a dual monitor setup this time around. And I'm putting the rough assembly together of the Super Laydock review. No audio on that section yet. There's some gameplay I recorded using the FrameMeister and SCART. YF19, making sure everything's under control. And let me show you the CGR Supreme collection. The CGR Supreme series is going to be 3-hour collections of classic game rooms, of all of the old reviews and the new ones. So what I'm doing is I'm going back to the original master files, re-rendering a lot of them, shooting new inserts. And on January 2015, this is the Classic Game Room review of Chuck Norris Super Kicks. And I love Chuck Norris movies, so how was this going to be a bit? So I got Chuck Norris here on the timeline. In fact, we can take a close-up look here at the 3-hour timeline for the first one, which starts with the Truxton review, RoboCop Pinball, which I just re-rendered off the master file. So the new one looks really good. Rolling Thunder 2, Space Cavern, Assetto Corsa, one of the newer reviews. Phalanx, Alex Kidd. What's the GRHD means? It's an older one. Let's see what this is. Virtua Fighter for the 32X. Just re-rendered that one. So I'm going down the timeline here and shooting at all the intros. And please enjoy the review of Virtua Fighter. There's Virtua Fighter, got Alex Kidd, Game Boy Camera, Marky Mark Make My Video. And I'm going to go shoot the intros right now for Sylphied, Solar Fox, and Sleeping Dogs. From my perspective, this is what I'm looking at, a bunch of lights here. My recording setup back there. I'm going to put some new shelving in over there. But I'm going to do a test take here and make sure it all works and everything's in focus and sounds good. Let's aim that microphone at me. Test shot, test audio. Hello. From February 19th, 2010, it's the review of From February 19th, 2010, it's the review of Solar Fox on Atari 2600, a game that sounds like it could have been the working title for Barbarella. That's right, I'm recycling my joke because I have nowhere else to go with that. Also, the game's upside down. I'm making the first 6 CGR Supreme collections all at once. We're looking at the timeline here for number 3, which starts with Earth Defense Force. Or buys a Sega Saturn. Guardian Force. You know that game. And the exclusive review for CGR Supreme 3. Oh, you know what that is. Have what it takes to enter and survive the Dark Spire. From April 9th, 2016, this is my review of Sleeping Dogs on the PlayStation 4, and you know what they say about sleeping dogs, right? I'm sitting here watching the footage I just shot, and first take actually looks pretty good from the lighting and focus standpoint. I'm going to do a double check on the audio. Copy, 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 copy. Have you ever had the problem where you get a bad haircut and find that it's immortalized forever in your video game review show? This will be the definitive collection of new and old classic game room reviews. Working on the first one here, which ends on a favorite. What could it be? Hey, I'm talking about the future.
I am part of the R-Zone. Time to destroy.
Yep, that's the last review in this set. It'll be 3 hours. It starts with Truxton and it ends with R-Zone, so it's basically the beginning and the end. Got a couple things out to film here. Actually, the memory card is busy doing something else right now, so I have to wait to shoot this, but there's the MSX about to get filmed. I'm going to do an insert shot for the intro with the Classic Game Room beer stein. This is from my ClassicGameRoom.com web store. Bunch of different designs you can get. Shameless plug, but that's a sweet beer stein. And also, while I'm in this setup here, I'm going to be filming a couple controller tests for the CGR Feature Review. And one of the things with CGR Supreme, the big collection, is that each of the volumes will have a re-review on it. Something I think I can do better now, or maybe I just didn't have the equipment back in the day. In 2008, I reviewed the NES Advantage, my Advantage here, with my old Power Shot, just sitting on the couch in my basement. It was one of the first hardware reviews I ever did. And this is going to be on the cover of CGR Supreme Volume 2, along with that review. And I'm going to shoot a new one. So, I'm going to re-review the NES Advantage, because it's really one of the greatest controllers ever made. And also, in between a few things, I'm dorking around with Growl for the Sega Genesis. And you know this is going to be a good review. An environmentally friendly beat-em-up? Yes. It's Growl! Woo! Look at that. Water coming out of the letters. So here's another timeline, which is coming together for the CGR Feature Review of Musha. I'm going to make it good. This CGR Supreme is going to be a Kickstarter on December 1st, by the way. It's going to be a 6-volume collection, 18 hours. They're going to be sold in clamshell cases like the Final Zone case there, or digital. There'll be digital versions too, or you can just buy one individually, like if you want to just get the like Truxton review or the R-Zone or Barney's hide and seek game or something. You can do that. But anyway, I'm gonna go throw on the Atari hat. Got my wristband ready to go, and let's record the intro for Sylpheed, which is really a great game on the Sega CD. Here's my files, and I could probably turn up the audio on the next take, but I'll fix that in editing. And as you see, I line up the audio file shot with the zoom and the Sennheiser with the raw audio from the camera, so it helps to just have some sort of a clicking in there. But actually, if you get used to waveforms, it's easy to figure out. But CD proving that the Sega CD delivers more than just cheesy full-motion video games. It also has some really good spaceship shooters like this. Enjoy. Get your CGR shirts and glassware at ClassicGameRoom.com. Classic Game Room is brought to you by Magnum Skywolf. CGR is supported by fans on Patreon. Thank you.